Welcome to the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center. In 2004, a national level institute AMGITA has been started in the field of engineering and technology as per guidelines of All India Council for Technical Education AICTE New Delhi. AMGITA is approved by AICTE New Delhi, Gujarat State and affiliated to Gujarat Technological University Ahmedabad, which is also known as GTU. Our goal is to be an institute of generative ideas so that we remain relevant to our society. The AMGITA has always been an organization on move with continuous effort on improving its processes and to maintain its relevance to the Indian science scenario, with adding new programs in its programmatic portfolio. We strongly believe in overall development of students, so for that we provide them a different platform like state level tech fest, project fair, different sports activity, which helps students to teach teamwork and problem solving skills, to get physical health benefits, boost self esteem, and reduce pressure and stress for prove their skills in distinct area. Good morning, students. Myself, Professor Gaurang Patel, and today we will discuss regarding your sixth semester subject electrical measurement and measuring instrument. Before starting the lecture session, theory lecture session, I would like to give you some information regarding the syllabus of this subject, so you can understood what is the subject included and how this syllabus will going to be completed. Okay, so this is the name of your subject, that is electrical measurements and measuring instruments. Now we can see what are the marking system over here. There is a theory of 70 marks, practical has been taken of 30 marks, and then your practical marks over there, that is 30 marks and 20 marks. So total that is a 150 mark subject all over. Okay, and this is the theory content which is included and which I will be covered one by one. So your first chapter, that is concepts of measurement. Okay, in that there is a what is the measurement concept and why we need to measure the different quantities. This will be the basic motto of this chapter. In this chapter, we can see there is a measurement system, classification of instrument system, methods of measurement, static characteristic like accuracy, precision, sensitivity, linearity, range, reproducibility, drift, threshold, dead zone, etc. And the dynamic characteristic like speed of response, fidelity overshoot, etc. Measurement standards, errors in measurement, basic statistical evaluation of measurement data and errors, mean standard deviation, Six Sigma estimation. So these all are the content of first chapter. So that what it is included, what are the theories are given, and what is the practical use of those theories that we will see in the lecture session. Now after completion of first chapter, we will move towards the second chapter, that is transducers and sensors. In transducer and sensor, basically transducers are used to measure the quantity which is not belong from electrical side. So it will convert a quantity from another domain to the electrical domain. So how it will be converted, which are the instruments are used to convert those quantity, and what is the basic principle for conversion, that we will see in the lecture session. So in transducer and sensor, there is, look here, the definition of different terms we will see, then after different types of transducers, then criteria for selection of those instruments, then another topic, there is general characteristic and dynamic characteristic of transducers, then transducers for measurement of temperature, which is measured by, you can see that is thermocouple and RTD. So how this thermocouple and RTD is going to work, that we will see in the practical as well. Then transducers for measurement of pressure. After that, strain. Transducers for measurement of displacement. Then speed, torque, and Hall effect sensor. After completion of Hall effect sensor, we can see the sensors, basic concept, speed and position sensors. Okay, so this is all about the chapter number 2. After completing those chapter, we'll move toward the third chapter, that is measurement of parameters. So measurement of parameters, which is included measurement of resistance, extending the range of meters with shunts and potential divider. Then after we will see the instrument transformer and their applications in the extension of instrument range. After that, measurement of voltage, current, power, energy, power factor, and frequency. So which are the very basic terms to measure for to find what are the electrical quantities and how this quantity behaves when sometimes load is changed and when we give the different kind of inputs, what are the effects on the machine. We can identify with measuring this basic quantity, that is voltage, current, power, energy, power factor, and frequency. Okay, so after completing these three chapters, we will see the measurement of RL and C. That is a chapter number 4. RLC, that is nothing but different kind of load and the characteristic of different kind of load that we will learn in this chapter. So in measurement of RLC, there is a theory of different methods of measuring load, then medium and high resistances, then Wheatstone bridge, then measurement of inductance and capacitance with the help of AC bridges, then Saring bridge, Maxwell bridge, Anderson bridge, LCR meter, working principle with block diagram. Okay, so that's how our fourth chapter will complete it. Then after fourth chapter, we will move towards the fifth chapter, DSO. That is digital in DSO. The full form of DSO is digital scope oscilloscope, and we can see that is digital recorders, digital storage oscilloscope. Sorry, it is a digital storage oscilloscope. Block diagram of digital storage oscilloscope, and the theory and applications we will learn in this chapter. Then our final chapter, that is the display devices. The display devices, basically it is the device on which we can see the readings of that device, and from that we can able to measure, or we can able to see what are the performance of our machine. Okay, in display devices, that is we can see in that in characteristics of digital display, then DVM and digital multimeter, clamp-on meter, and Mega. Okay, so that's how our theory session will be completed. There is a total, we can see over here, there is a 6 chapters in the syllabus of this subject. So that is the part of theory. Then after we will see, that is the reference books that we can use to get the knowledge of measure this subject, name electrical measurement and measuring instruments. First book, that is a Gupta JB, that is a course in electronics and electrical measurements and instrumentation. The publication is SK Katari and Sons. AK Shawnee, this is the very good and basic book, and all the syllabus is covered from this book. I think 90% syllabus is covered in this book, AK Shawnee. Then you can also use Golding and Vidis, D. Patranabes, HS Kalsi, and AJ Bowen. So these 6 books are your reference books that you can use for this subject. Then after, it is
The course outcomes, you can see that comprehend the basic of electrical measurements, and you can able to understand the basic principle, working characteristic, and application of the various measuring instruments and transducers. Okay, so after complete the theory part, we can also parallelly running the experiments which is included in this subject. So there are the list of experiments we can see. In a list of experiment you can see uh, the experiment number one, that is to measure a value of unknown capacitance by Sharing's bridge. Then measure unknown inductance by demonstrate operation of Maxwell's bridge. Then to demonstrate distance measuring using LVDT. After that, demonstrate the Kelvin double bridge for low resistance measurement. Then measure value of unknown capacitance by Owen's bridge. Then measure value of unknown inductance using LCR meter. Then measure high resistance and insulation resistance using Megger. Then after demonstrate usage of DSO for steady state periodic waveforms produced by a function generator. Then to measure value of unknown capacitance using LCR meter, and after that measurement of current using shunt. Okay, you can also use, this is the open source software of Scilab and VLab. So that's how our subject electrical measurement and measuring instruments are going to be completed throughout the semester. So I hope you understood what are the syllabus and what are the contents included in this subject. Okay.
So, students, there is the subject electrical measurements and measuring instruments. There is subject code of 3160915. Myself, Gaurang Patel from Electrical Engineering Department. I'm working as an assistant professor in Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Okay. So, first of all, we will see what is the definition of measuring instruments. Okay. So, in measuring instruments, we can see over here that the definition of measuring instrument is, that is, the device used for comparing the unknown quantity with the unit of measurement or standard quantity is called a measuring instrument. Or another definition you can say, that is, an instrument may be defined as a machine or system which is designed to maintain functional relationship between prescribed properties of physical variables and could include means of communication to human observer. Okay, so these are the basic measuring instrument definition. In that, different kinds of measuring instruments are used, that we will be see how one by one. Okay, so after that, we can see this is the classification of instruments. In classification of instruments, there are electric we may consider, that is, electrical instruments divided into two categories. First is absolute instruments, and second, that is the secondary instruments. In absolute instruments, we can see the gives the quantity to be measured in term of instrument constant and its deflection. And in secondary instruments, the deflection gives the magnitude of electrical quantity to be measured directly. These instruments are required to be calibrated by comparing with another standard instruments before putting into use. So there are two types of instruments, if we classify it, that is absolute instruments and secondary instruments. Okay, and then next, we can see there are different pictures of instruments. These are the instruments which is known as an indicating instruments. Okay, these are known as a, just a moment, indicating instruments. So those indicators
are deflected according to the measured value giving into the input of that instruments. Okay, so this is one of the method that we can use for the measuring the different quantities. That then after we can see there is a classification on of instruments. Basically there are three types of instruments, that is indicating instruments, recording instruments, and integrating instruments. We saw the picture of indicating instruments, which is indicate the value according to the measurement which we are giving as an input. Then second, there is the recording instruments. These instruments basically record the data which is the output data, or if we put that instrument in the middle of that or input side, it will give you the input data of that particular machine, and you can record those data, so you can utilize those data whenever you want to require. And third one, that is then integrating instruments. That integrating instrument, that means it will be work with two or three stages, and this two or it will combine or integrate those three stage result, and then after it will give you a final result. That's how the integrating instrument works. Okay, here we can see the indicating instruments. It's shown that it indicates the magnitude of an electrical quantity at the time when it is being measured, and the indications are given by a pointer moving over a graduated dial. Then this is the recording instruments. We can see it on the screen, that is one figure is given. It will record the data whatever we measured at the output side or input side. Okay, and these instruments which keep a continuous record of the variations of the magnitude of an electrical quantity to be observed over a defined period of time. Then this is the integrating instruments. You can see this is a picture of our energy meter. So this energy meter, you can see in the figure, these instruments which measure the total amount of either quantity of electricity or electrical energy supplied over a period of time. uh, for example, energy meters. Okay, and what are the essentials of indicating instruments? We can see the definition. It is a defined above. Indicating instruments are those which indicate the value of quantity that is being measured at the time at which it is measured. Such instruments consist essentially of a pointer which moves over a calibrated scale and which is attached to a moving system, pivoted and bearing. The moving system is subjected to the following three torques, that is one deflecting torque, this is deflecting torque, controlling torque, and a damping torque. These are the basic three moving torques are there. In that, just a moment. So this is the definition of deflecting torque, and in definition it will be see that the deflecting torque is produced by making one of the magnetic, heating, chemical, electrostatic and electromagnetic induction effect of current or voltage, and cause the moving system of the instrument to move from its zero position. And the method of producing this torque depends upon the type of instrument, which type of instrument we are going to use. It is depends on that. Then controlling torque. In controlling torque, you can see the magnitude of the moving system would be somewhat indefinite under the influence of deflecting torque. Unless the controlling torque existed to oppose the deflecting torque, it increased with increase in deflection of moving system. Under the influence of controlling torque, the pointer will return to its zero position on removing the source, producing the deflecting torque. And without controlling torque, the pointer will swing at its maximum position and will not return to zero after removing the source. So that is all about the controlling torque. So in this video lecture, we are covered, that is the basics of measurement system, what are the classification of instrument system, and what are the methods of measurements. Okay, so I hope you understood by this video lecture session what is the basic of measurement system. Okay, thank you.